Have you ever woken up and just kind of drifted through the day? You're not sad, exactly, but you're not happy either. You're functioning, but without much spark. You might be wondering, what's wrong with me? Why do I feel stuck when nothing dramatic has even happened? This is what I call feeling flat, and it's more common than we admit. It often starts subtly, quiet disinterest in things you used to enjoy, a growing sense of indifference, a reluctance to make plans or finish things, that's my number one, or to start something new. And because everything looks fine on the surface, we convince ourselves we're just lazy or tired. But what if it's deeper than that? Sometimes when life becomes too predictable or repetitive, our minds enter a kind of quiet shutdown. Psychologists call it cognitive or psychological stagnation. It's a mental state where the brain is no longer engaged by its environment. We stop seeking novelty, we stop challenging ourselves, in other words, we stop growing. The brain's reward system, what gives us that feeling of excitement or motivation, needs small doses of challenge and change, and without them, our system's dull. You might notice forgetfulness, a foggy head, low motivation, no creative spark, very bad for artistics. You just sort of feel like a quieter version of yourself. And over time, this kind of stagnation can even lead to what's called identity drift, where you feel disconnected from who you are and unsure about where you're heading. And here's something else we don't always link to that feeling. And this is something I learned through my studies of social media, and that's social media fatigue. It doesn't always hit like burnout. Sometimes it's just this constant background noise in the brain. Too many voices, too many opinions, endless content to compare yourself to. We think scrolling will numb that boredom, but it often feeds it. The mind becomes overstimulated and undernourished. We get caught in this loop of input without enough output. We see everyone else achieving, glowing, thriving, including, look how much money I made on YouTube with no followers. How that works? Selling. And it chips away at our sense of progress. Even if you don't realise it, that fatigue builds. And suddenly you're not just feeling flat, you're disconnected, distracted, and overwhelmed. At the core of this flatness is often emotional disconnection from ourselves, from our purpose, from our play, from simple joy. Sometimes we get so caught up in survival, performance, as I call it, putting on a mask, or perfection. We forget how to just be, to feel, to notice, to reconnect. So what can you do when you're feeling flat? Here are some small, low-pressure ideas that don't demand you to reinvent yourself completely. Just a gentle nudge towards engagement. Create one tiny disruption. Change the route you walk to work or to the bus or to the train. Rearrange your room. I used to love doing that as a child. Eat breakfast outside. Anything small like that engages the brain and it responds positively to novelty, even micro changes. Have a dopamine reset. Try 24 hours without doing anything that spikes dopamine. Cut out social media, cut out sugar, cut out shopping. Might sound uncomfortable, but it can help recalibrate your brain's reward system and make everyday things feel rich again. Third one, get curious again. Try something new, not to succeed at it, but just to explore it. Paint or draw badly, stick figures included. Learn a language you'll never master. Done that plenty of times. Film your dog or cat being weird. Make the goal joy, not productivity. Another way is to reconnect with your body, not for fitness or for looks, just to remember that you live in it and it serves you well. Walk barefoot on grass, really good grounding. Or the other one I've been doing is walking in sand in salt rooms. Stretch slowly and rest deeply. Fifth one is cutting down on digital noise. Curate your online world. Mute all that noise that's going on at the moment. Unfollow anything that drains you. Reconnect to voices that feel quiet, not clutter. And the sixth one is be around life. It doesn't necessarily have to be people, just life. Sit in a park, sit in a cafe, just watch the world go by. Browse a bookshop, listen to the world again, just let it seep in. If you live with an animal, like I do, watch them. My cat Minxy doesn't rush. Maybe sometimes she charges, but not often. She doesn't doom scroll. She doesn't worry about career timelines or productivity hacks. She follows the sun around the room. She finds the warmest spot, the softest chair, the quietest corner, or the best window to watch the birdies. And she reminds me that peace is a form of progress too. We don't always need a plan. Sometimes we just need to come home to ourselves. If you're feeling flat, you're not broken. You're likely just disconnected. Try just one thing today to plug back into your own life. Not to fix it, just to feel again. And if all else fails, stretch out beside your cat and let the sunlight find you. You're still here, and that means something. If this resonated with you, please leave me a comment about what you've done to recalibrate. And like and subscribe for more new content. Thank you.